You're now tuned into the fourth season of Atypical Voices in Our Time, the official podcast of Chemistry Productions, a media education company. Let's get it started.
That's AVIOT.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's the AVIOT podcast. Welcome back, J Random, to finally recording an actual podcast episode. I know we've been doing our Sunday Brew. Make sure y'all check that out on the Chemistry Productions YouTube channel. That's K3MISTRY Productions on YouTube. But hey, Happy New Year once again, J Random. I know we said it already on Sunday Brew.
Man. Happy New Year to you as well, man.
Yeah, I guess Happy New Year to all of our listeners who probably wonder where we've been for like the past 3 weeks.
See, now that's some bullshit.
Yeah, man. You know how it is with these holidays. You know, it's kind of hard. Holidays off landed on a Wednesday. That's when we do the show. And then a Thursday, forget about it. We were like doing our own thing.
But the thing is, I was really still trying to do shows, and then my in-law came over, and it was just a mess because obviously I like having my in-law over, but it takes up a lot of time, and I'm not able to plan. That's why it's been hard for me to even put out other content. I'll get into that in our update section. But let's just get into some nice stories. Well, I guess this isn't such a nice story. I guess it's nice that he's no longer having to deal with the BS that we got to deal with, those of us who are living. Jimmy Carter, former president.
Man, I knew it had to be somebody who passed away tomorrow. You don't got to deal with the BS we dealing with. I'm like, who passed away?
Yes, yeah. Jimmy Carter does not have to deal with the BS that we're all dealing with over here in the land of the living. So lucky him.
Listen, the man said he happy he lasted long enough to vote for, the vice president, and, didn't turn out the way he wanted it to. But 100, right?
He got to the century mark. That's a big deal.
That's a real big. Yeah, that's a good deal, man. That's a real big deal because he's seen a lot of things change in 100 years. Literally, he could be the one that be like, I remember when we used to have. You like, he's right.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. I like the fact, though, that he still held true to, all right, I'm going to practice my constitutional right to vote up until the very end. And it seemed like he was a pretty nice person because he voted for the right cause, though Kamala had her faults. She's definitely not as bad as Trump. Right. Every politician has flaws, but they're not Trump, okay?
Oh, tell me about it.
They're not Trump. Even seeing him at the funeral today, sitting next to former President Barack Obama, I said, Obama is a trooper because he was sitting there talking to him. You saw George Bush walk by him. George Bush didn't even shake Trump's hand, but he patted Obama on the stomach. He was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" Like, that stomach pat. It's like that's what the old folks do when they just trying to have fun with you, play around with you. Mm-hmm. It was just nice to see the presidents together outside of Trump.
Listen, man, at the end of the day, man, it's sad to say, but we always seem to be the ones that be forgiven or playing the role of, you know what, I'm gonna take the high road. And it's like, why?
Yeah.
Why take the high road?
Yeah.
Because clearly this man has disrespected you in so many levels. I mean, he disrespected every president that was there, besides probably Jimmy Carter.
Say that one more time. Sorry, my headphones disconnected.
No, no problem. I'm pretty sure that man disrespected every president that was there besides Jimmy Carter.
No, he probably disrespected Jimmy Carter too. Nah.
Yeah.
It was cool kind of seeing history, though. I'm a big history buff, and even, like I said, presidents have their flaws, and we know this country, it is what it is. But it's cool just as a historian seeing all of those presidents lined up. You had it all the way from Obama, Bush, Clinton, Biden. It was nice to kind of see that history there. It's kind of it's a cool sight. No matter how you feel about the presidents, to me, it's a cool sight.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of presidents,
they all came out to be in one room, so
yeah, that's true. Speaking of presidents, I actually wanted to speak to Vice President Kamala Harris and this incident that happened not too long ago. I remember you sent me the video, and I said, man, being black in this country, let alone this world. So she was going by shaking Senator Deb Fischer's hand. She's a Republican senator from Nebraska, and her husband refused to shake Kamala's hand, but he shook everybody else's hand. But he wouldn't shake her hand. I thought that was very interesting. I think his name is Bruce. Yeah. Bruce Fischer. And I'm just like, to be an a-hole like that, especially when you know the world is watching, I understand. Just tell us how racist you are. Tell us how racist you are without telling us how racist you are. What did Kamala do to you?
I
Even if
agree.
you don't agree with her policies, really?
I agree. You know, it takes more energy to be mean.
Yes,
I think
it
takes
does.
a whole lot more. It's easy to be like, "Hey, how you doing?" Not really care how you doing. Not even, it's easy. But to be evil and vindictive, that takes a lot. That's energy, because you are seething. You are thinking about how you're going to do this. Like this was staged, and how we know is because they try to say, okay, that man had a cane, right? But then they showed him shaking Pence's hand when his wife won. They showed him shaking Biden's hand when his wife won. So it's kind of like, come on, I'm pretty sure he had a cane then.
Yeah,
He just didn't want to shake her hand. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay, man, because I'm telling you, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Believe me. I'm pretty sure. I'm glad it was on camera. He's gonna go out. He's gonna go down in history as an asshole.
Yes.
Yeah. And I actually am looking up this quote right now. I actually sent it to Koya, longtime contributor to the show. Still, her voice is on our commercial breaks. And this quote said, "The trigger of white rage is black achievement." Say what you want about Kamala Harris, but she is a very well mannered, well achieved black woman. So you can't knock that. She's probably more achieved. Nah, she has more achievements than Bruce. Bruce, definitely. She's achieved way more life than Bruce ever will.
That's correct.
Of course. And guess what? Bruce is bitter. How can you win and still be bitter? Bruce is probably mad because he's always going to be known as the husband of.
So we got some misogyny going on in there.
The male dominance is over, son. You are the husband of. You are Bruce, the husband of.
The husband of.
Exactly.
Shaking my head.
Bruce probably stay at home. Well, he looked like he retired anyway. But Bruce like he was staying at home regardless because she been winning it for years. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We didn't want to shake his stink hand anyway. We were just trying to be politically correct.
Exactly. Kama looked at him like, okay.
Yeah, like, what you get out of that? But the sad part is at the end of the day, like I said again, sore winners, man. You won. There's no reason to be acting like that.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Speaking of people who won, and it seems that the chatter surrounding them winning is never going to die. Mm-hmm. Kendrick Lamar, as you know, has won arguably the biggest hip hop battle in history, biggest rap battle in history, because it was on a mainstream global scale. Mm-hmm. And it seems that ever since he won, it's just people just want a piece of the pie. And you know where I'm going with this. Joey Badass. Joey Badass dropped a track called The Ruler's Back a little while ago at the beginning of the year. And one of the main lines he said on there that had people rattled was too much West Coast D-licking. Then he was sending subtle subliminals towards Kendrick, that boom bop bing. As we know, that's on, what's that song? What they talking about nothing. They talking about nothing. What's the name of that song?
What are you talking about? I think it's good. No,
nothing? It's not called that. No. No, they talking about nothing. Peekaboo. Yeah. Peekaboo. And so he was sending some shots Kendrick's way. If you're listening to the AVIOT podcast on a streaming service, make sure to leave a rating and a review so we can grow our platform. And that got people to talking, and you got a lot of West Coast artists that came out and responded. Two that come to mind off the top, Daylight. I thought Daylight's response was really good. Daylight is also big time battle rapper. And he said pretty much, listen, West Coast, East Coast, we don't have any beef. I have a lot of homies from the East that I like, him being a West Coast guy. And he's like, let's leave it at that. But listen, Joey, if you go there, we're going to take it directly to you. And he was calling him out. He's like, yo, what's your track record like? What are your accomplishments in life? What have you actually done in this hip hop scene like that? Then Ray Vaughn comes out. I don't know if you heard Crash Out Heritage.
Yeah, I heard.
Crash Out Heritage is fire. I don't know who Ray Vaughn is. I know Daylight. I don't know who.
Yeah, Ray Vaughn is signed to TDE. He's a young dude, trying to So to be honest with you, before Doja came, he was the next thing. And
what do you mean Doja?
What's her name? Doja, right? Doche, right? What the hell's her name?
Dochi. I'm thinking something about Doja Cat. I'm like, who Doja Cat? What you got to do with TD? Okay,
I got the D in my head.
Wow.
Dochi. Before Dochi came, he was the next best thing. And then once she came, she took his light. He's been there for probably like 2 years now, 2.5 years.
Nice. On that track?
No, he's nice. He's nice. He's nice. It's just, I think he's trying to find his lane.
I see.
So
he said it in the track, though. He said in the track.
Why. Yeah, no, I know, but think about it. What beat did he use?
He used Kendrick, the Hard Part 6.
Exactly. So, I mean, you already got the one up because you're using a beat that we're familiar with. But no, it was good. It was good. It was good.
He said, listen, I mess around, I turn into an album rollout if you keep on going.
I don't know what Joey was thinking, man. Because nobody in the East Coast going back him.
Nah, someone said it the best. They said New York in general, when has New York been unified ever since? New York's only been unified in hip hop's inception, like in the beginning of hip hop.
Yeah.
That's it. Outside of that, when has New York ever been unified?
New York can't really be. I can never see them being unified anymore because it's too many sets in New York. You got the drill rap, you got the boom bap rap, you got the lyricist rap, the lyrical raps. You got the tree hugger rap. So you got too many sets.
Tree hugger raps.
Yeah, man. The brand Nubians, tree huggers. So you know what I'm saying? Besides
Lil Jamar still trying to live off that name, dude. How long ago?
Sadat X is a nurse, I think.
Word.
He works in the medical field. I follow him on TikTok. Follow him go to work all the time.
We need more male nurses. Ain't no wrong with that.
No, I'm not mad at that. I'm saying he's actually working because somebody asked him a question about Lord Jamal. He was like, that got nothing to do with me. So it seemed like nobody talks anymore.
Okay.
He has a real job. I don't know what Lamar. I do not know what Lord Jamar does besides get on Vlad and spew bullshit. But he gets paid for it.
He's just an old hater. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
But yeah, so I go back to say, so it's too many sets, right? Not saying that the West Coast don't have too many, different types of rap flows. But I think also the West understand rule number one, someone mess with us, we all unite. Mm-hmm. Just because we're not hearing it. New York, they about that money, so you could easily pull somebody in that should not break line. Say, for instance, Philly's like that. That's why Drake beat Meek Mills in that rap, because AR-Ab joined Drake.
That's crazy.
So it's not just New York. It's probably just the East Coast. The East Coast just don't have
not the South. Not the South. Not Southeast.
Okay, we said Southeast because I'm thinking like, so you say Atlanta?
Atlanta don't count. I'm talking.
I want to say because Atlanta, as you can see, everybody look like they ain't unified no more.
I'm talking about South Carolina, other parts of Georgia, Florida. They usually, to me, seem like they stick together.
Florida does, not South Carolina.
South Carolina stick together?
Who's South Carolina? What rapper you know from South Carolina?
Well, I think Jeezy was born in South Carolina.
Jeezy don't count. Jeezy act like he represent Atlanta. So
okay. Well, Texas stick together, right? That's still considered South.
I don't know. Remember when the beef started? I remember when Takeoff got shot, and then you had and then you had the vibe there. So that's why I'm kind of like
Virginia stick together. No,
I don't know Virginia rappers only besides the Clips.
They stuck with Pharrell.
Oh, okay.
Pharrell from Virginia. I think Pharrell.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, they stuck with
Pharrell, Timbaland, Missy Elliott. I think they all from.
Hey, they stayed together. I ain't never hear no beef between them.
Nah, I really think it's the West.
Virginia.
It's definitely Florida. I do believe Miami don't play.
Right.
But I know Florida is bigger than Miami. But I think about Florida. I think about Rick Ross and them. Yeah. I could definitely see they don't play.
Loyalty matters. But
it really does, man. Especially when you're dealing with somebody talking about, I can come to your town, I'm bigger than you in your town. Even if you are, you gotta act like you're not.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Daylight probably is.
What?
Bigger than Joey Bad? Nah, I don't think he bigger than Joey Badass in New York versus Joey Badass from Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
You think Daylight bigger than him in New York?
No.
Okay.
I never knew, but I like his flow because he don't sound like he's from the West Coast. He has a different cadence.
Nah. Well, this offbeat rap that they've been doing is new because they ain't never used to be rapping offbeat like that before.
I think it started in Detroit.
Yeah, it started in Detroit, but now Cali doing that. I don't know.
Yeah. Cali doing it, and the worst one ever was Blueface. Blueface.
Yeah,
Was hard.
Blueface be trying to catch the beat. Homeboy be winded.
He playing double dutch. I don't know when to jump in. Like now, no. Wait, you can't tell.
So my question is this: what do you think? How do you think this pops off? Because it seems like this is going to be another huge part of this year, huh?
It's gonna be dead.
You think it's going to die down?
Too cold. Yeah, it's too cold. If it was the summertime, we probably had a chance. Nobody coming outside now. It's too cold. Too cold in the East Coast, man. We don't care. Think about it, especially if no one backs him up. Joey ain't gonna respond. Who you gonna respond to? 3 people now? Well, 2? Because the main person who you want to respond to you is not gonna respond to you.
Yeah, because I remember I listened to someone there like, where Loaded Lux at? Because ain't Loaded Lux from the East Coast? From New York?
I hear this guy Loaded Lux so much. I hear him, but I never seen him do anything.
Or Murder Mook. Is Murder Mook from there too?
Yeah, Murder Mook is definitely from there. And yes, Murder Mook. But once again, these battle rappers, man, they don't know how to write music.
Dang, son.
All they do is talk about your mama, how they F this and da. And after that, by the second song, they saying the same shit again. You might as well put it in a loop.
Crazy. Crazy.
Battle rappers can't write music.
Shaking my head. All right, speaking of a loop, let's loop back to our update.
You sure? Tell me one.
Remember
Cassidy, was he a battle rapper? Couldn't make an album. 50 Cent done took his beat and made more money off it.
Let's loop back into updates.
Yes.
So, just want to tell y'all out there that I finally posted a reel today. Hooray, it's Thursday.
Gotcha.
I finally posted a reel to our Chemistry Production social media talking about it's sports related. And Tay, whenever me and Tay link up, we'll get back with this sports talk with AVIOT stuff. But Tay is so hard to track these days. This girl all over the place. It is what it is.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so I'm happy that I made that. Just some goals for this year. One goal is to get to 10K on YouTube. We want to get 10K YouTube subscribers. That's a goal for this year. We're at 4,000 something right now. So we just got to gradually move up. And I believe we can get that. Also, last year, too, we wanted to get 10 guests. I think we could do that this year. We just have to be more diligent and we have to be more, I guess, intentional when it comes to really seeking out people. But what I want to do is I want to get community leaders. I want to get activists, stuff like that, educators on the podcast. And then we could talk about subjects that they're interested in. Travis Washington obviously is going to come back, but I don't count him as a guest. He's a friend of the show. Me and him were debating yesterday, actually. It's funny. But yeah, so 10 guests and 10K on YouTube subscribers for the Chemistry Productions YouTube channel. Those are the main things that I would like this year. Is there anything that you would like to see for our podcast or for our overarching company in general?
I like to see us continue to be consistent and producing these good shows, which I know we will. As far as guests, I would definitely like to. I think last year or so, back in October with domestic violence. Month,
we've been chilling on that for a couple of years.
Yeah, I would definitely like to find a guest, to tell her story. If she's brave enough, and just basically tell the signs that men and women should look out for, because that's serious.
Maybe that could be a thing we do during October. Then I could start reaching out to people maybe August, September, get their stories, record them, and then October we just start releasing episodes where people are talking about their stories. I think that'd be really
good.
Nice.
Yeah, sounds good, because a lot of people not gonna want to show their face. So at least if you just get the audio, that's good enough.
Yeah, I think that'd be really good. It'd be crazy. It'd be actually crazy.
So
I think this would be too ambitious. if we could get somebody like at least 2 guests a week in October. Was it 3-4 weeks in October? So that would be, if it's 4 weeks and we get 2 guests per week, that'll be 8 guests, and then we'll do 2 episodes each week where we're having a domestic violence or intimate partner violence person that's dealt with that speaking on the platform. And then that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Too ambitious, right?
It's not really too ambition. I think, I'm sorry for scratching my eyes, sir. I think that'll just be hard to do because a lot of people don't want to go live, right? But I think it can be done just as long as we don't record our face on that, right? So I'm not sure. Just as long as we keep audio, I think they'll do it.
Yeah, I definitely will. And speaking of recording our face, I gotta get these videos out, man. Last year, I did not do a good job with the videos.
Nope.
I didn't get any videos out for our podcast. Remember, we had videos in the past. It was just editing those videos took forever. So I will do what I can to get videos out regarding that. I think we can do that. The problem is I'm such a perfectionist, and I start doing all the animations, the cuts, and all that stuff, and that's how the videos turn out taking forever to produce. So
yeah. So in that case, as long as it's audio, I think we can do it.
Yeah. All right, I'll start working on it. Yeah, and sorry, y'all. I remember domestic or intimate partner violence was something we had talked about in the past. We had highlighted it. It started because at my old job, I was trying to speak on the subject because I thought it was an interesting subject to tackle.
And now for a quick commercial break.
Hey guys, as you can hear, we are unapologetic in our opinions. We may be politically incorrect or possibly wrong, but don't knock us for being ourselves and saying what many are too afraid to admit out loud. Anyways, if you have any thoughts or questions about our show, email us at chemistryproductions@gmail.com. That's K3MISTRY productions@gmail.com. We'll be sure to address whatever you have to say.
It all started with me applying for jobs when I got out of my doctoral program, and one dealt with domestic violence or intimate partner violence. And I did research. Part of it was you had to do research and develop a presentation and send that as an application. In hindsight, I think they wanted some free presentations for them to use.
Of course,
you think about it.
Of course.
But I remember I had these ideas about domestic or intimate partner violence thinking, oh, well, why does the person just leave? Then when I did my research, found out that a lot of people that try to leave, they end up being harmed or their lives end up being lost. And it's a lot deeper than you think. So it became a topic that I thought was very important to talk about just because me as a human having this human experience, I think it's very important to help those who are in need, right? So at my job at the time, I wanted to bring this up and they didn't want to talk about it because they had, it was during a time where Brett Kavanaugh was going through his motions trying to get into the Supreme Court, and they felt that it wasn't cool to talk about domestic violence because of that going on, some political stuff. And so they didn't want to talk about it. So I said, all right, well, we're going to use our platform to talk about it. So I started talking about it. I remember you had chimed in. So we'll definitely do that this year. That'll be a goal to really focus on domestic and intimate partner violence. I think that's really good. That's a good job, Jay. I'm gonna make sure I write it down. And I know you have a hard cutoff, so let's quickly get in the topic of the day.
Okay.
So speaking of just unfortunate events, domestic intimate partner violence is really unfortunate. We gotta talk about these LA fires.
Yes.
So there's been multiple fires burning in Los Angeles County, and it started, I think, on Tuesday, going into Wednesday. Multiple people have passed away. There's damage of over 1,000 structures. It said the Palisades fire started burning around 10:30 a.m. on Tuesday. Then they got the East Eaton fire.
Wait, how many fires they have?
3.
What? There was only 1.
And then there's the Hearst fire. Yeah. There's multiple things going on at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was 1.
Yeah, it's a big deal, man. It's a big deal. So,
now, are they close enough to Gabine or no?
Yeah, of course.
These fires are close enough to Gabine. Wow.
They're pretty much saying that these fires, they're saying Southern California or was it Los Angeles? So one is in Santa Monica and Malibu. That's where some fires are. And then the other one is in Altadena and near Pasadena. And then you have the other one in San Fernando Valley, northwest of downtown Los Angeles. It's just it's
Northwest downtown.
Yeah, northwest of downtown Los Angeles. Yeah.
Damn.
I remember I was taking notes yesterday because when we were supposed to record yesterday, I had all my facts laid out. Things could have changed now, but yeah, that's where the fires were. So I was looking up, I was saying, how do these fires actually start? There's multiple ways. They said it could be ignited by natural or artificial causes, lightning. In cities with roads near wildlife, such as Southern California, it's common for vehicles to unknowingly ignite a fire. Strong winds can cause power lines to move, which ignite a fire. And they said also with global warming also plays a role in this. So for all y'all that don't believe in it or don't want to believe the science, that plays a role in these fires starting.
Is it because it's so hot? Like, what do you mean?
So global warming, it says that
water?
Increased heat, extended drought, and a thirsty atmosphere. That's what they put in
yeah, that sounds all like what happened.
Mm-hmm.
That thirsty atmosphere had to burn through.
Yeah, so it's really unfortunate. However, with this topic of the day, what I wanted to really pinpoint were I saw this article where they were talking about celebrities losing their houses due to the fires. And immediately I was kind of apathetic because I'm like, you're a celebrity, you can get a new house, right? But then I saw a comment today where they're saying, even though celebrities, like I know Janae Aiko lost her home, they're like, even though celebrities, they lose their houses, they have memories in those houses and they have things that they want to preserve. I think the reason why I have more of an apathetic stance at first is because I don't like how media tries to paint celebrities as such these huge individuals that are better than people who are not celebrities, because anybody losing their house is a bad thing.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if they're a celebrity or not. So it just really irked me that they were highlighting, oh, these celebrities have lost their homes. What is your thought on that?
Yeah, I felt the same way until I heard Janae Aiko talk about her house. Then I saw, I don't know if it was Billy Crystal, talk about his house. I was like, ooh. Even though they're celebrities and they have all the money in the world, they are human.
They are.
They do memories. They do, and they did raise their kids, have take pictures. They did a lot in these houses. So, hey, listen, it's sad that it's happening, but it's something we got to do as a society. Well, not a society, but we got something we got to do as Americans trying to figure out, instead of trying to invade Iceland and Canada and Panama, we should probably try to figure out how to prevent fires from happening in LA. I mean, it has to be something that we can grow, a tree, a branch that doesn't burn or something, you know?
Yeah,
it gotta be something, because it's crazy how it's so hot that it could be literally somebody flick a damn cigarette out the window or accident happen and a spark. That's all it takes is a spark. And you're talking about 700 acres burnt. And you're like, what? And you find out later on it was something small because it's so dry. Like you said, again, it's dry. It's thirsty. It is looking for anything to start the party. It just so happened it has to be a damn flame. I'm curious to see how this started. I don't think they have time to even figure out how this started yet. But
nah, they just gotta figure out how to calm things down.
I tell you one thing: hopefully it's not a human. Hopefully it's nature, or it's going down, because this fire is ridiculous. You watch it, and you're like, "Whoa, what is going on here?"
Listen, people are very unpredictable, and with this Trump crowd coming in, you never know. You never know. They're very unpredictable and they're very wild.
All of the above. All of the above. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how Trump supporters believe that Trump was going to actually lower the gas price, lower egg. And it's kind of like, this man isn't even worried about what he told you he was going to do. He's too busy doing non-important things like messing with Canada. You know, telling Canada we should make you the 51st state. Telling Greenland, hey, we're going to take it back. I know we gave it to you. I know we had some, we're going to take it back. The Panama. No, was it the Panama? No, Gulf of Mexico. No, that's not the Gulf of Mexico. It is the Panama, right?
I don't know. You put me on game. I gotta look this up after the show.
Oh, you didn't hear about this? About how yo, it's bad. It's bad because one person said it the best. You're supposed to be coming here at lower prices, not start wars. It's pretty bad. I think it is the Panama. I think
listen,
Panama.
This is what we'll do. Yeah, it is Panama. It's Panama Canal. So this is what we'll do. Sunday, we'll revisit this. Okay.
Sounds good.
Sunday, we'll revisit this. With that being said, hey man, I'm glad to get back into this podcast, and I gotta put this out today because remember we said Tuesdays and Thursdays. I wasn't able to record on Tuesday, but we put this out today, and we back. We back, y'all. Right. Make sure you tune in and support us. You know what it is. All right. Peace.
So go a little something like this. That's AVIOT.